Okay, the first thing that I found that really is annoying is this kickstand. Now I adjusted the kickstand out so that it extends a little bit farther. But the problem that I'm having with it now is that sometimes when I'm riding and I hit a bump in the road, the kickstand will actually swing down. As if it's going to actually extend itself. I mean, it's like, see that? When I'm riding, that kickstand does that. It tries to release itself. And another thing that has consistently annoyed me is, let me turn some of these off here, is on the RGB lighting, this back light cover right here. Right now, whenever I turn it on, as you can see, the back light cover is not working, and the front light cover over here, you can see it's working just fine. And the reason why that back light covering is not working is that whenever this scooter does this consistently over bumps, this wire under here, which connects the back RGB lighting, it disconnects from the inside. And so I have to go take the screws out of the case under there, plug it back up for it to work again. Almost every time I take it out for a ride. And that, my friend, is a little annoyance. But my ride this time, it was a whole lot better because I'm finally getting the hang of the type of stance that I want to have when I'm riding. And it's a combination of feet up here and the other feet kind of like in the middle, like this. And then sometimes when I'm starting off, it's even beginning to get a little comfortable with having both feet up on the rest with a slightly tilt forward. And I think the other thing is that I've finally gotten comfortable with my mirrors where I don't have to, try to look behind me, but I can take a slight glance in the mirror, and I find that with the mirrors tilted up a little bit that way, it works wonderful. Let me see how many miles I have on the DX2 after my ride today. Of course, that's 50%. Battery remaining 73 volts. And this trip was 24.3 miles according to the iDisplay. And I now currently have 135.5 miles on the DX2. And I've only charged it 4 times. And I probably won't charge it. I'll probably leave it at this 50% for the rest of the day and possibly charge it up tomorrow, depending on how the weather's looking. And I might get out and do a ride tomorrow if the weather is good. And also my display is saying that I have 73 volts, while this display is saying that I have 72 volts even. So not sure why the difference, but hey, it is what it is. But hey, I'm home, and I didn't have that dreaded walk of shame where I had to get out and walk home. The DX2 got me back just fine. And I'm noticing that riding the DX2, it seemed that I was very visible everywhere that I went, and cars, they gave me attention so as not to come up on me too closely. And that made me feel pretty comfortable, even though I don't trust it, and I was still pulling off the road a little bit. And I guess the next thing that I got to do is ride this baby at night. to check out my lights. I really haven't gave these lights a good test run yet. I know that they're pretty bright. I mean, they're pretty bright. Even in the daytime, they can serve as great running lights. And these were $2, 2 lights for $10. That was a hell of a price. But I got them off of eBay. But hey, I'm not complaining. They were great. And let me pick up my other selfie stick. And guess other than that, oh, and another thing I didn't mention, living here in the country, as you can see, I got leaves, I got grass, I got mud, I got all kind of dirt, in and out of my driveway, and sometimes I like off the road. But this air vent that's underneath the Dualtron X, I don't understand why you guys put this thing on the Dualtron X. Every time I have to take that cover off to reconnect that RGB lighting for the back wheel, that thing is loaded with leaves and dirt. And you would think that it has an air vent back here in the back where everything flies out as the wind courses into the vent. But unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. I believe everything in these little bumps here, everything basically just collects right up under there and stays in there for a long time. So that's another annoying thing. And I don't know, maybe I'll get that little $5 tool to lift my suspension up a little higher, and maybe it wouldn't snug on this wire every time I take a dip. And I know part of it is because I weigh about 230 pounds, and when I stand on the Dualtron X, she goes down a little bit, but she don't go down that much so that I would have to constantly deal with this wire disconnected. So with that, that's my ride for today. And all I can say is this baby is a beast. Despite those little indiscrepancies that I mentioned, I can still say at the end of the day after my ride that I can smile with delight that I had a wonderful, wonderful ride. So with that, I'm just gonna have to say peace out.